you will find a comfortable seat. So perhaps that means coming up on a block, a pillow if you have one, a blanket. We're going to begin tonight with a meditation. Our practice is focusing on the throat chakra, the Vishuddha. So the physical focus is going to be really from just above the heart up. So that encompasses our throat, which we often, we say the throat chakra and we immediately go here and we think it's about just speech. But the throat chakra, the Vishuddha, actually runs from here to the ears. So it's not just about speaking, it's also about hearing. So it's about finding that balance within this area. Sometimes we are able to speak, but we don't necessarily always hear, right? We don't always listen. Or we hear, but we interpret from our story and we don't hear accurately. So the practice physically tonight will bring us to that place of finding balance here within the throat chakra. But there's a beautiful meditation I'd like to start you with. Just kind of set the tone for it. So if you will, close your eyes. Get comfortable. Lengthen your spine. Relax your shoulders. Swallow a time or two. Allow your throat to release, your jaws to relax, the tongue to drop down. Releasing the jaws softens the temples of the skull, allowing us to tap in to our temple, which resides right within our headspace. Resides within our brow, our third eye. Before the beginning, all was darkness and all was void. The face of the cosmos was deep and unmanifest. Indeed, not a face at all, but endless nothing. No light, no sound, no movement. No life, no time. All was null, and the universe was not yet created, nor even conceived. For there was no form in which to conceive or be conceived. In its emptiness, the darkness fell upon itself and became aware that it was nothing, alone and dark, unborn, unmanifest, silent. Can you imagine this silence? The silence of nothing? Can you quiet yourself enough to hear it? Can you listen to the silence within you? Breathe deeply but slowly so the breath is silent in your lungs. Feel your throat expand with the air coming in. Listen for the nothing. Listen for the quiets. Listen deep within yourself for the place of stillness. And slowly breathe into this void a deep and peaceful breath. In its infinite quiet, darkness fell upon itself, and in its emptiness knew itself to be alone, and alone it desired another. In its recognition, a ripple moved across the void to fold and fold again upon itself, until it was no longer empty, and the void was full with birth. In the beginning, the great unmanifest became vibration in its own recognition of being, and that vibration was a sound from which all other sounds were born. It came from Brahma in his first emanation. It came from Saraswati in her eternal answers. In their union, the sound arose and spread through all the void and filled it. And the sound became one, and the sound became many, and the sound became the wheel that turned and turned the world unto the dance of life, forever singing, always moving. If you listen, you can hear it now. It is in your breath. It is in your heart. It is in the wind, the waters, the trees, and the sky. It is in your own mind, in the rhythm of each and every thought. From one sound does it all emerge. To but one sound shall it return. And the sound is Om. Let the sacred sound resonate within you as it moves on wings of air, rhythm building, deep vibration rising up from deep within, chanting the sound of all creation, sound that makes the chakras spin. Louder now the voice arises, joins with other sounds and chants. Deeper now the rhythms weaving all into a sacred dance. Rhythms pounding, voices growing, echoing the dance of life. Sounds to words and words to music, riding on the wheels of life. Guiding us along our journey, moving spirit deep within. Chant the voice that is within you. This is where we must begin. Up from silence, breath and body, calling now into the void. Here's its answer in the darkness. Fear and pain have been destroyed. Brahma is the first vibration. Saraswati is the flow. Sound unites us in our vision, harmonizing all we know. Soon the silence comes again, with echoes of primordial sound, purifying all vibration, echo of the truth, profound. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and gently sigh it out as you exhale. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel the vibration on the throat as you push the breath out like you're fogging up a mirror. In through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more, in through the nose and out through the mouth. On your next inhale, draw your shoulders up into your ears and roll them back and down. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale them back and down. One more time, just like that. Inhale, draw them up. Exhale them back and down. Change that direction. Inhale, draw them up and forward. Getting a little deeper into the spine, into the scapula. Inhaling up, rolling them down and forward. Connect the breath and the movement of the body. And inhale, draw the shoulders up into the ears. Exhale, let them soften straight down. Inhale, bring them up into the ears. And exhale them straight down. Inhale, bring them up into the ears. Exhale them down. Deep breath in. Exhaling, bring your chin into your chest. Inhale, bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Let the shoulders continue to relax down towards the hips and back. Inhaling, draw the head back, take the bridge of the nose towards the ceiling, lengthening through the front of the throat. Exhaling, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, chin to chest. Lengthen up through the spine, draw the navel in. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, draw the nose up. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. We're going to change that direction. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, draw the head back. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, one more time, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, lift the chin. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest, and stay there for just a moment. Lift the chest towards the chin as if they could connect, and feel how the back of the throat, the Jalandhara throat lock, starts to feel almost like you're choking a little bit there. Soften your jaws and just lift up through the chest. Relax the shoulders. And take a breath and swallow. With your next inhale, lift the head, bring the chin parallel to the earth, and exhale. Grabbing your strap out in front of you, you've got your strap. You're going to take it nice and wide. And you're going to take your hands out as wide as you can get them. So you're just going to reach one strap, hands out nice and wide. And we're going to connect this. We're going to get into the shoulders a little bit more. As you inhale, you're going to lift that strap up overhead. And you're going to keep your arms straight as you exhale and bring them back and down behind you. So we're really opening up through the pectoralis muscles here. Inhale to bring it back up. And exhale, bring it down and forward. And notice the torso. The torso wants to shift. See if you can keep it nice and tall. Inhale to lift up. So make it all about the shoulders. And exhale, bring it back. So you might need to widen those hands a little bit. Inhale to bring it up. Exhale, bring it down and forward. So just really working the rotator cuff, working the pecs up, inhaling, exhaling, back and down. Connect it with your breath, keeping the belly, that navel drawn in, the spine nice and long. And then perhaps as you start to move, you start to feel like, okay, I'm feeling pretty good. The synovial juices are into the joints. I'm feeling a little more open. If that's the case, you'll stop with the strap at chest height. And you're going to move your hands in just a little bit closer. What I like to do is keep my thumb right where it is, bring my pinky to my thumb, and then rotate my hand. And that way I'm only coming in one hand's distance, because the goal is to keep the arms straight. So if we come too close in too soon, we're going to have to bend those elbows. So you open it, and once again, inhale up and see how that is. Exhaling back. If you're finding that the chest, that the body has to move to accommodate, or the elbows, take the hands back out wide. Take them back out as wide as they need to, and just make that connection, right? There's no wrong here. There's no, the wrong would be, I don't like using that word in yoga, but the wrong would be if you start experiencing pain or you're forcing anything. There's no need to force it. This is just, what this does is, this just informs us where our rotator cuff is, right? And where we need to tend to it. And then maybe you do that a breath or two, and again, sometimes it starts to feel pretty good, and it starts to open up. I promise you, eventually you're going to find the spot where your bone structure says, I'm not going any closer together. And I think mine's maybe the next hand's distance. And then I have to start, yep, right there, that starts to cause me pain. And so there's no point in it. That's not what we're here for. So I'll take it back out where I was. And we'll just go 2 or 3 more times. Just loosen it up and open it up. Notice if you're tensing in the brow, can you soften? Notice if you're clenching into the teeth. Relax them, soften, let it go. Each time you tense up, you stop the flow of energy through the body. Each time you tense up, you create pain and an opportunity for disease. We'll go through 2 more cycles of breath. Right here, rotating up, back, and down. And out, back, and forward. And the next time you come forward, drop the strap and let it go. And then we're going to act like we're swimming now. We're going to rotate these arms around. Breaststroke? No. I don't know. I'm not a swimmer. I apologize for that. I'm not a swimmer. I knew I was going to use the metaphor, and then I'm like, I don't know. We're just swimming. I don't know. We're coming forward. This is going to help to just kind of release this a little bit and even go backwards a little bit. Right? And it just helps to get those juices up into the synovial joint. I've got a little clicking going on my right shoulder, so I'm going to bend my elbow a little bit to give it some support. And then inhale, take those hands overhead. Exhale, bring them in prayer to the heart. Relax the hands down onto the knees, close the eyes. Take a moment, mentally let go of what just took place. Take a deep breath in. And a slow breath out. Bring yourself back to the present. A big deep breath in. And a slow breath out. One more deep breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Nice. We're going to come over onto our hands and knees, onto our tabletop. Now, you've got your blocks. Have your blocks handy, just so you can comfortably grab them. We're not going to use them just yet, but they'll be accessible when we use them in the next set. So just so that they're near. So aligning your hips and knees and your wrists and shoulders, make that where it's comfortable. You want some space in the knees, and you definitely want the hands at least shoulder distance apart. You want them at least that wide. You're welcome to take them a little bit closer to the top of your mat. Right? You can keep your feet flat or your toes tucked. We're going to come through the cat and the cow. So we're just going to work with the spine, really focusing on that throat and the hips. So as you take a deep breath in, lift your hips up, take your belly down, reach your chin forward into the cow. And as you exhale, push your hands into your mat, tuck your chin into your chest, round your spine, lift it up, bring your sit bones down towards your calves into the cat. Right, starting at your hips, inhale, lift them nice and high. Lift through the heart, open the chin. Exhaling, bow your head, lift your spine. Think of that Halloween cat that arches its spine way up. So really push here into the mat and round the belly. Inhale, take the hips nice and high, shoulders draw back, count. Exhaling to bow the head, lift the spine, draw the tailbone down, count. One more, inhale, lift those hips nice and high, count. Exhale, bow the head, lift the spine, tailbone down, count. Back to that nice, flat, neutral tabletop. Have your blocks ready. So grab a block and bring it just a little bit in front of where the head is. And have the other one right next to it so you can grab it should you decide you want to use it. We're going to thread the needle, but we're going to utilize the blocks to support the head and the hand today, the additional hand. You're going to place your left hand down to the outside of your block. Okay? And you're going to lift your right arm up, opening through the chest. And as you exhale, you're going to take a big, deep breath in and bring that arm across the chest. You're going to sweep the right hand underneath the left. You're going to bring it across onto the floor nice and straight. You're going to bring your head down to that first block. And this may be just enough. So you're on your knees, your booty stays lifted. And then you're going to reach across with that left hand, grab a hold of that block, and extend that left arm with the hand on the block towards the top of the mat here. So your head, the side of your head, the right side of your head is supported on your block, and your left hand is extended out on top. This takes a little bit of tension out of the neck for the thread, the needle, and you're pressing down onto the shoulder. And just take 2 breaths here. I'm not going to keep you on your knees too long tonight. Now leave that top block, the block under the hand, right where it is, but bring your left hand back down onto the mat in front of your face. Press down to lift up, lengthen the left arm, sweep that right arm across and lift it up here. And really open up. Big breath in. Exhale, bring that right hand down. And take a moment, grab that block and slide it off to the top right corner of your mat. Now it's ready for your hand when you get there. Right hand right beside the outside of the block. As you inhale, lift that left arm up, fingers to the ceiling. And as you exhale, thread that needle. Sweep that arm behind the right arm. Bring the head down to the block that's closest. Right, left arm nice and long. And then reach that right hand for the block towards the top of the mat there, extending up. Now notice if you're kind of dropping down into that shoulder, press into your right hand and feel how that lifts your head a little bit. So it puts more pressure on the temple and a little less on your neck. And take one more breath here. Bring that right hand back onto the mat for support. And inhale, press down, lift up, reach those left fingertips towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring that hand down to the mat. Move your blocks off to the side, have them close. We're going to need them again when we stand. We're going to come through cat-cow one more time. As you inhale, lift your hips, shoulders, draw back cow. And as you exhale, bowing your head, lifting your spine, drawing your tailbone down into that cat. Nice. And coming to that neutral flat back. And then come to stand. No fancy transition tonight for that. We are going to come to stand. Have your strap, have your blocks. So bring your blocks to about the center of your mat, off to the side. We're going to face the long side of the mat and bring your strap up with you. They're handy. They're there. It's good. Finding the mountain posture, the feet are hips width distance apart. They're parallel to one another. You can let your strap dangle around your throat for a minute. We're going to set up this mountain. I said dangle around your throat. I did, didn't I? Dangle around the neck. Please don't put it around your throat. There's a difference there. Right? So I'd like you to lift all 10 toes. So lift all 10 toes and press into your big toe mounts. And then drawing an imaginary line to the outer edges of your heels. And then press into your little toe mounts. And draw an imaginary line to the inner edges of your heels. So this is like creating an X underneath your feet. And feel that X will connect right at the arch, at the lift of the arch. So this is standing with the four corners of the feet. And while we need our toes for balance, we don't actually need them to stand. The toes are what support our balance. So we learn to ground down through the four corners of the feet. And what that automatically does is stack the spine exactly where it needs to be. And then relax the toes. So this beautiful standing posture now where our ankles are set up over our knees over our hips under the shoulders. Everything just stands the way we're intended to stand. The bone structure is now fully supporting us. With our focus being here and opening up tonight, now grab a hold of your strap. You're going to take it back behind you. Okay? So your option to hold it, and I'm going to turn around, grab it this way. If you are able to lace your knuckles together, you don't need your strap. But this can be really challenging, and it can also cause the whole belly to flare out. And if that's happening, the strap just makes it a little bit more comfortable to grab down. So we're in the mountain, so you're either the hands are laced or you're using your strap. And as you inhale, you're going to start to reach your knuckles down towards your heels. The chest is going to start to reach forward, and you're going to start to lift up, lifting the chin here. And you're going to feel the belly for a moment. Take your attention there. If you feel like your belly is pushing and you're dipping into your low back, draw the belly in and really focus on the knuckles reaching down. So that draws the shoulders back and lifts through the chest here. We're just going to breathe here for a moment. Soften the brow. Take 2 more breaths. Take 1 more breath. As you inhale, bring your chin into your chest. Keep your strap. Put a slight bend in your knees. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, start to fold forward. Come to a halfway point where you stop with the back flat. Now, some of us are going to stay right here, and this is enough. If you're staying here, now you'll want to stay here if you have any kind of a headache today, any issues with dizziness or vertigo, high blood pressure, you're going to stay with the heart and the head parallel to one another. You don't want to take the head below the heart, but draw the chin in so your gaze comes down. And then if it's accessible, start to lift your hands off of your back. So you really get a big stretch here. Now, if you'd like to go a little deeper, you are welcome to start to bring the belly closer to the thighs, start to take the crown of the head down, and really track those hands up towards the ceiling, and eventually they'll even start to make their way over the head. And you really want to be reaching up and away here and finding your breath. Now you can stay nice and still here. The option is yours to stay. with the eyes open for focus, you're welcome to tick-tock back to forth, back and forth, side to side. So it just gives, again, a little bit of synovial juices. It gets them into the low back. It gets it into the hip. It just helps to open up through the chest here, really get a nice release of tension. Especially if you are a side body sleeper. You actually create a lot of tension in the way that you sleep. And if you're moving, find the stillness and take 3 long, slow, deep breaths. One more nice deep breath in. Open the mouth as you exhale. Bring the hands back onto the low back. Drop your strap. Bring your arms out in front of you. Grab opposite elbows. And here gently ragdoll side to side. So you're finding another sway. Get heavy in the elbows as if they could reach the floor. Let those knees stay bent. This protects and supports the low back. And then we'll embrace the ragdoll and we'll just hang nice and heavy for a moment. Take one more breath here. Now bringing your palms to your shins, lift up halfway. So just coming to lift up here. And exhale as you stay there. Bring your hands down onto your blocks. And take the hands so that they get nice and flat. So I've got my blocks stacked one on top of another so my hands come flat. If it's not accessible, you can bring that top block up a little bit higher if you need to. Right? And you're going to keep that left hand down. And I want you to press down into your hands first and step your feet out wide. Not super wide, but wide. So giving yourself a little bit more space here. They're certainly wider than the hips. You're going to press down into this left hand. And as you inhale, you're going to reach the right hand up. And really focus on your shoulders, drawing the shoulders back, right? And reaching up here. So we're going to windmill with this. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring that right hand down. Press into the right hand. Inhale to lift up. Opening through the shoulders, and you may find you're not opening up as much on this side, that's fine. And then as you exhale, bring the left hand down. So we're going to windmill there. Inhale, lift up with the right. Exhale, bring that hand down to the block. Right? Nice, slow, big, deep movement, big, deep breaths. Inhale, left arm sweeps up. And exhale, bring it down. Nice, we're going to do that 2 more times on each side. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Last time to move. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Nice. This time we're going to hold it. Inhale, lift the right arm. And we're going to hold it here just for 2 breaths. Draw the navel in. See if you can draw the right hip a little bit more forward to square off the low back and really make it all about the shoulders and the heart for 1 more breath. And exhale, bring that right hand down. Really nice. Last time, inhale, lift that left. Right? Notice the hips. Make it all about the shoulders and the heart. And exhale, release that left hand down. Pressing both hands into the blocks. Heel toe those feet back together. Just a little wider than the hips is fine. Bending the knees. Take your hands off your blocks. Bring them to just above your knees on your thighs. Press into those thighs and inhale to come up. Roll the shoulders up. Exhale, relax them down. Recenter in your mountain for just a moment. Just find that standing posture for just a moment in the mountain. Taking a deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice. We're going to step those feet back out wide. I'm going to move my blocks. Just you can see the feet. Just step the feet out wide. Again, not super wide. So just a couple standing postures tonight. It's all about the heart and the lifting, right? And opening through the throat. But to have our vishuddha, to be able to speak correctly and hear correctly, we need a good solid foundation. Right? So these postures, these next two postures, the foundation is going to stay and it's going to be firm. But it's also going to be a little challenged. Right? And it's finding that balance between the two is when we can learn to really hear and receive correctly and speak when we need to and say the things we need to say in the right tone. So keeping your right foot parallel to the side of your mat, pick up your left toes and pivot them a quarter of a turn towards the top of your mat. And then you're going to bend into your left knee. It may not be a super big bend, and that's absolutely fine. It might be a bigger bend. Maybe you've been up and moving all day and you're nice and warm. Maybe you want to take the feet out a little bit wider. Right? So if you want to bend a little bit deeper, rather than sinking down, and having this knee track way over the toes, which can just aggravate the knee joint over time, widen your stance instead. Right? So just take the feet a little wider, pressing into the pinky toe side of this outer edge of this foot. And you want this bent knee tracking towards the pinky toe side there. So this knee naturally wants to roll in, right? And we want to track it out. This opens the hips, it sets the foundation, and it's going to stay right here. And you're going to inhale and open the arms nice and wide. The palms are down. Now spin the palms up because that's going to set the shoulders right out of the ears. Right? And keeping the shoulders right where they are, just turn the hands. Right? So this is the warrior two posture. Take a breath. Take another breath. Now, staying with your foundation, spin the palms up. Bring the hands in front of you, the arms in front of you parallel to the earth, and you're going to stack your left elbow on top of your right. Now, if you're broad-chested, big-chested, you're going to take those hands, you're going to bend the elbows, you're going to grab opposite shoulders, and you're going to be perfectly content to be right there. Right? Possibly, you're going to bend the elbows, lifting the arms, and you're going to spin the palms away. And it may be that the hands come a little bit closer. And for me on this side, this is about where I'm going to stay today. It starts to work into the eagle arms. What we're going to do here is we're going to maintain this foundation, but as we inhale, we're going to lift the elbows up. So you're feeling, lift them up and away. So you start to feel it across the scapula. If you're grabbing opposite shoulders, same thing. Reach them out and up. There's going to be the point where the body says, that's as far as I'm going. And then as you exhale, bring them back down and soften them. Okay, so we're really working through the back of the Vishuddha. Inhale to lift up and away. We're only going to do one more. You guys are awesome. Inhale, lifting away and up. Exhale, bring them down. Nice. Unwind them, reach them out. Straighten that front leg, reach the hands up overhead. I'm going to give you a break as you exhale. Bring the arms down beside you. Pick up those left toes, pivot them a quarter of a turn. Pick up the right toes. We're going to do the other side. Make sure you pivot that foot in the other direction. And on this side, I shorten my stance a little bit. For my own foundation, that back foot's parallel to the back of the mat. There you go, nice. Pressing down, right. Arms out nice and wide. Palms up, gets those shoulders right out of the ears. Take a breath. Nice. Bring the forearms forward. This time put the right elbow on top of the left. And hold. Or you can come here. As you inhale, lift away and up. And as you exhale, bring them down, soften them. Inhale, lift up and away. Exhale, bring them down. One more time. Inhale, lifting up and away. And exhale, down and in. Inhale, unwind, take them up overhead. Palms touch, straighten that leg. Exhale and bring the arms down beside you. Pick up those left toes and pivot them and heel toe back into mountain. Take a moment if you need to wiggle it a little bit. It could be a lot on the feet. Just rolling around a little bit. Come back to mountain. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. One more in through the nose. Out through the mouth. We've got one balancing posture tonight. Grab your strap again. You may or may not need it. So that posture we just did was Warrior 2. We're going to come to Warrior 3, which is the balancing posture. So bring the hands are back behind you. So if you're able to lace the fingers, you don't need your strap. Right? Come here. It's a balancing posture. So I said the foundation was going to be a little challenged. Here's where it gets to be a little challenged. Doesn't matter where you are on your mat. You're going to step your left foot forward about 1.5 feet. And you're going to lift up high onto your right toes. So just the toes are there. And notice how my body is in a nice straight line here. The minute my foot comes off the floor, I am in the balancing posture, and you are welcome to stay there. And the best way to take your foot off the floor is to simply lift your toes, flex your foot, reach out through your heel. Right? Put a soft bend in your left knee, and now reach the knuckles towards that back right heel. And breathe. Gently place that right foot down towards the back of the mat where it was. And step your left foot back to meet the right. Nice. Step that right foot forward. Finding your foundation high to the left toes. Really press down. Slight bend in that knee will protect the knee joint. It also fires up the quads and the core. And then flex the left foot. Reach the knuckles back towards the left heel. Draw the navel in. 3 breaths. Don't worry about the wobble. 1 more breath. And step that left foot back. Let the right foot meet it. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Now on balance, I'd love to give the opportunity to do it again, right? Because now we've got a little connection going on, the muscle. They call it muscle memory. It's not really, right? It's just the neural pathways to the brain. Now the brain's saying, oh, okay, I get it. So step that left foot forward again. High to the right toes. Flex through the right foot. Now you're balancing. You're in the posture. Reach the knuckles towards the heel. You are welcome to stay here. If you'd like to challenge yourself a bit, and the challenge is up to you, start to bow the body forward over the mat while lifting the right leg back a bit. But you want to remember this straight line. Shoulders, hips, ankles. Right? So reaching back. And you find the spot, you'll find your spot. Take 1 more breath. And gently set that right foot back and left foot meets it. Nice, take a deep breath. Last time, right foot comes forward. High on the left toes. Right. Find your foundation. Foundation firm, we can build anything. Lift the left foot. Reach the knuckles back. Reaching back towards that heel. And then you decide if you're going to bow a little bit more forward. One more breath. Exhale. Release the feet. Release your straps. Pedal it out. Wiggle it out. Find your mountain again. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Big deep breath in. Exhale it out. One more nice big deep breath in. Exhale it out. Nice. Come to sit on your mat. Take a moment, send those legs straight out, wiggle the toes, point and flex the feet, roll the ankles. That's a must if you practice with me. Every class, I don't care what the topic is, we always got to wiggle our toes. Point and flex the feet. Roll the ankles. And then flex out through the feet, pushing out as if you were standing, right? So 4 corners of the feet, even though they're not pressing down, press out through big and little toe mounds in the heels. It may create a little bend in the knees. It does for me. That makes it more comfortable for me. You're going to take your hands back behind you, fingertips facing away from you. And you're going to lean back into the edges of your hands, pushing into your finger pads. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, lift the gaze, and really push here into the heels of your hands. Take a few breaths. You are welcome to close your eyes. Soften your jaw. Take one more breath here. As you inhale, bring the chin back parallel to the earth. Push the earth away, lift up, lift these hands. Give them a little shake out. So the wrists just got a little stretch there, so just a nice little shake. Shake them out, little jazz hands. Little jazz hands, I love the jazz hands, little scarecrow. A little forward. Nice. Now make sure you've got room to lie down behind you. I'm actually going to flip this way. You're going to lie back now. Have these blocks handy. Don't need to worry about the strap, but have your blocks handy. Come to lie on your back, feet flat, knees bent. Heels are close to the glutes. Now take a block and put it right between your thighs. So you're going to squeeze the thighs onto the block. You're going to take your arms overhead with your palms up. Scoot down a bit. I'm putting it into the bowls. Right? So the palms are up here. So just relaxing through the shoulders. You're going to press into your feet. Press into the tops of your hands now because they're on the earth. Press into your shoulders and inhale to lift the belly. Taking the booty and the low back off the floor. So it's a bridge pose, right? But we use the block to help keep our hips and our knees in line because our focus is on the shoulders. So usually our arms are down beside us and that helps for support. But we want to get a shoulder stretch here. Take 2 more breaths. Press into the feet. See if you can lift, push into the shoulders just a little bit more. Try to keep them out of the ears for 1 more breath. And as you exhale, release the spine. Take the block out from between the legs, set it back off to the side. And gently windshield wiper your knees side to side. Just finding a nice release here. Just a gentle, let them rock off side to side a few times. You all right?
I think I broke something.
Did you break something on you or something within the room? Because I'm all right if you broke something in the room, but if it's something on you, we got dog. Please don't freak me out like that. I love you. Please don't. Come back to neutral. Grab that block again. Put it back between the thighs. Ankles underneath the knees, heels close to the glutes. Arms overhead. If you'd like a little bit different stretch, you can ragdoll here. You can grab opposite elbows. It does change because you're going to feel your shoulders lift. They're not fully going to settle for the most part until you lift your hips. So now as you inhale, press down to lift up. See how that shifts everything and the shoulders get a little bit closer to the earth here. If it's not comfortable for you, release the arms back out overhead. Two more breaths. One more breath. And exhale to release. Bring the back, bring the hips. Take that block out, set it off to the side, and gently windshield wiper again, this time bringing your arms down beside you. So completely release it. And the next time your knees go over to the left, let them stay there for a moment. Now, the blocks are close, so you have options. You can grab a block and place it underneath your left knee for support. You could even grab that block and put it in between the legs. In between the legs for a little bit of additional support there if you feel that you need it. Because we're going to stay here for a moment because I really want you to focus on the chest. Both shoulders are on the mat. The chest is lifted, so the rotation is happening from the thoracic spine, from that mid-back down. The chest, the shoulders, the arms, the heart are all facing that neutral position. Now, if you'd like, you can add the neck into it, right? And add that throat chakra into it by lifting the head a little and turning to look over the right shoulder and then place the head back down. Right? That lifting and placing protects the neck, those tiny little 7 cervical vertebrae that holds up this beautiful head, right? They get a lot of work. And when we're reclining, sometimes we don't realize how much we're tweaking and how much pressure we're placing on them. So by lifting and turning, we actually support the neck a little bit better here. We're going to protect the neck. We bring that back to neutral first. So lift the head, bring the gaze back to neutral, place the head back down. And as you inhale, bring the knees back up to center. And if you're using your blocks, grab a hold of them so they can transition with you. And as you exhale, take the knees to the right, perhaps placing the block underneath the right knee, maybe in between, maybe both. I'm choosing both tonight, just for a little bit softer. Arms out nice and wide like a capital T. Checking in. And then if you're adding the neck, as long as the messages from the neck say it's okay, lift the head, turn to the left, and place it back down. Protect your neck, bring it back to neutral. Lift the head, bring it center, place it down. Inhaling, bringing those knees back to center, lift them up, and exhale. Now listen for a moment. We're coming to a reclining bound angle posture. You can take both blocks here and have them to support underneath your thighs or your knees, because we're going to heel toe the feet together, bring the soles of the feet together, and let the knees butterfly open. And if the hips are tight, if the sciatica's tight, if the IT band, the psoas, anything there, this can be really intense. So blocks up underneath here to support, take a lot of that intensity away. Another nice option, especially if there's any low back issues, is to throw that block down underneath your feet and let your feet rest on it. That takes some tension out of the hips and the knees and the low back as well. So you've got all kinds of options here. Maybe you do one foot and one knee. Finding that reclining bound angle for a moment. And then as you get there, take your elbows right beside your hips, right beside your waist, and wiggle them in to lift your chest a little bit here. So you're going to feel that lift. Come to the back of the head so that your chin lifts up. So you open through the throat here. So you're pressing down to lift up the heart, lift up the chin a little bit, and let the hands come back down. Take the arms out from underneath you, leaving the chin lifted so that the throat is opening up a little bit more here than we normally would. Take your teeth and run it around your gums. Not your teeth, your tongue. Take your tongue and run it around your teeth and your gums. That's what I'm looking for. And you're going to stimulate salivary and enzyme production right there. And then I'd like you to swallow. And then I'd like you to clear your throat. There you go. All right, we got some stuff going on there. And swallow again. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth to exhale. Lift your head. Bring the chin parallel to the chest. Place the head back down. And feel how the heart chakra softens and opens, how the shoulders spread a little bit. Take one more breath here. Nice. Bring your feet back flat. Knees and thighs come together. If you placed your feet on a block, just slide it off to the side. Bring your knees and thighs together and gently heel toe your feet out to the edges of your mat. So you're going to create a tent action here. So we're just going to close the hips for a moment and gently press into your knees and thighs. You're going to feel your torso lift a little bit. You're going to feel the back of your torso drop down a little bit. You're going to feel your pelvis tilt a little bit. It just gives a little bit of pressure here, but it closes off the hips and allows everything to just kind of settle in the low back for a moment. Take one more breath. Let the knees open back up. You're going to send your left leg straight out onto the mat. Reach off to the side. Your strap should be somewhere relatively close. So grab a hold of your strap.
You're going to bring your right knee in and you're going to lasso the bottom of your right foot. And you're going to send this leg straight up. You're going to grab your straps in your left hand. You're going to reach your right arm out like a capital T with your palm down. So we're going to a nice big sciatica stretch. We're still focusing, right? The shoulders stay down. The chest, the heart stays lifted. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, roll to the left, taking your thigh right across your belly. So your right hip comes up, right? And press out through your heel. So that leg stays nice and straight. Perhaps you'll get it at a nice 90-degree angle. Maybe it's a little more of a 45. Maybe it's a little more of a 60. You're going to find what works for your back. But keep those shoulders down, right? Let the shoulders soften through your throat. And this time, lift your head. And I'm going to have you turn it to the left and place it down. So a little softer here with the neck now. And take 2 breaths. Take 1 more breath. Protect your neck. Lift the head. Bring it back to neutral. And as you inhale, bring that leg back up. And exhale right there. Grab the straps in both hands, and you're going to push out through your heel, lengthening out through that knee, feeling that hamstring fire up a little bit. Draw the toes back towards the heel, so as if the ceiling were to fall, we were going to catch it. We catch it with our feet. I promise y'all, if that ceiling starts to come down, I love you, but I'm closest to the door. I'm first one out. So you got to be quick on your feet. Take 1 more breath. Not really. Stay with this leg. Take the straps in your right hand. Reach your left hand out. Deep breath. And as you exhale, open that leg to the right. So we're working the psoas muscle. You're going to start to open it up. Push out through that heel to get a little bit more. You want this left hip and shoulder to stay down. Lift the head, look over the left shoulder, place it down. One more breath. Always protect the neck. Lift the head, bring the head back to neutral. Inhale to lift the leg. Exhale, bend the knee, bring it into the chest. Take the strap out from underneath your foot. Keep it close. You'll need it for the other side. Rotate this hip and knee around. So do some circles, clockwise and counterclockwise, right? Just to get those juices into the joints. Lubricate everything. And then extend that leg straight out on the mat. Take a moment. Deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Bring your left knee up into the chest and lasso the bottom of that left foot. Leg goes up. Start with the sciatica tonight. Straps in the right hand, left arm out beside you. Palm up. Deep breath. And exhale. Roll to the right. Left shoulder stays down. Push out through that heel. Draw the navel in. There we go. We found it. Take 2 more breaths. Oh, yes. Every yoga teacher's dream. We have 2 absolute dreams. That you either fall asleep in Shavasana and or you call out for your Lord and Savior. Then we know we're on it. Take 1 more breath. Protect your neck. Inhale, bring the leg back up. Sole of the foot to the ceiling. We need these releases of tension. Take your straps in both hands and push the heel towards the ceiling. Bring the toes back. Feel the back of that knee start to reach away, stretching out. So this is one of the few times we can lock into this knee joint because we're not standing, we're not weight bearing. So we're not doing any damage to the capsule of the knee here. So we can really extend and get into those hamstrings. Whew. Oh, we got 2 Jesus today in the room. Nice. I love it. Take 1 more breath. just information. It's your body saying, I need to release this tension. I'm holding. Exhale. Take the straps in your left hand. Reach your right arm out beside you. Palm down. Deep breath. And open that leg to the left. Push out through the heel. Soften through the shoulders. Unclench your teeth. Relax your tongue. One more breath. Use the inhale in that strap to bring that leg back up. As you exhale, bend the knee, take the strap out, set it off to the side. You don't need it anymore. Rotate that hip around clockwise and counterclockwise. Send the left leg out. Take a moment and point through the toes. Reach the arms overhead and find a full body stretch here. A deep breath in and stretch the whole body. Inhale. And exhale to let it go. Bring your arms down beside you. Let your feet go as wide as the mat to the opposite corners. The shoulders relax not only down towards Mother Earth, but down towards your hips. Your palms can be up if you need more energy for the rest of your evening, or they can be down if you need to ground down. Let your eyes close. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Allow your normal breath to find its ebb and flow. Allow the body to soften. Allow the mind to quiet. And in these moments, there is nothing for you to do. If you listen, you can hear it now. It is in your breath. It is in your heart. It is in the wind, the waters, the trees, and the sky. It is in your own mind, in the rhythm of each and every thought. The unmanifest vibration that was a sound from which all other sounds were born. Sound rises and spreads through all the void and fills it. The sound is one. The sound is many. It is the wheel that turns and turns the worlds onto the dance of life, forever singing, always moving. And the sound is
purifying all vibration, echo of the truth, profound. Deepen your inhale. Lengthen your exhale. Allow the breath to begin to reawaken the body as you wiggle your fingers and your toes. Moving your hands and your feet. Gently rock your head side to side. Swallow. Find another full body stretch. Bring the legs nice and close. Point the toes, reach the arms overhead, and take a deep breath in and stretch. Exhale, let it go. Leaving your arms overhead, bring your feet flat, bend your knees, and gently roll to the left. Lie on the left side of your body. Take your head up onto your left arm to support it, and bring your right hand in front of you as you bring your knees to your chest and your chin in, finding the fetal posture. On the left side of your body, we're going to the left to begin the receiving side. With closed eyes, press into your right hand and bring yourself up to a seated posture. Just coming to sit for just a moment as you lengthen up through the spine. Allow the hands to rest in prayer, the Anjali Mudra at the heart. A gentle bow of the head. Take your attention to your throat chakra, the space above the heart going right up into the ears. And here see a beautiful turquoise light right at the center. Allow this light to fill this area of your body. Feel your throat chakra, your vishuddha, balanced, cleansed, sacred. I thank you for stepping in. I thank you for the honor of your precious time, the honor in allowing me to share these beautiful moments of your journey with you. Until I see you again, I wish for you peace. I hope for you joy. I offer you my gratitude, and I send out and share with you my infinite and undying love. My light honors the beautiful light in you. Namaste.